One of my favorite games of 2016 was Doom on the PS4. I've been a fan of Doom for as long as I can remember, since the first time I played it on a PC over at a friend's house when I was a young kid. Doom was just awesome to me. And I've even liked all of the iterations of it, even Doom 3, which was more of a survival horror thing. You know, it was a much slower paced game, but it was still a good game in my opinion. But Doom on the PS4 really felt familiar but fresh. They added so much stuff. They really took it back to the roots of the series with fast-paced violence and all sorts of stuff. Just an amazing game. I reviewed it over on PlayStation Enthusiast when it first came out, and I believe I gave it a 9 or a 9.5 out of 10. It was a day one purchase for me, and I never regretted it. Doom on the PS4, a phenomenal game, and a game that really made an impact on me. So when it was announced that Doom was coming to the Nintendo Switch, I was really flabbergasted. It didn't seem like a game that really made sense. You haven't seen Doom on a Nintendo home console since the N64. There was, of course, the Super Nintendo version and the N64 version. After that, you never saw Doom anymore. So it was very interesting for Bethesda to bring this game to the Nintendo Switch. And I was excited. I loved playing Doom, but I never played any of the DLC. As much time as I put into the campaign and the multiplayer, never checked out the DLC. So the fact that the Switch version had the DLC was very appealing to me. And I've been following the game, of course, and it just looked like a lot of fun. I love the Nintendo Switch. That's why I talk about it so much. It's a console that really meets my lifestyle needs, being able to play either at home or on the go. So, Doom for the Nintendo Switch, Bethesda hooked up that review copy, and I've been playing it. And everyone's been asking me questions about it, and I can't say anything until now. So, Doom on the Nintendo Switch. Does it look good? Does it play good? How is it? Is it worth it? Should you pick it up? Walk with me in hell, and let's talk about Doom on the Nintendo Switch. Now, the biggest question everyone has been asking me since I said that I had Doom on the Switch is the graphics. How do the graphics look? What do the graphics look like? Does it run good? Does it look good? Blah, 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 blah. All right, we're gonna roll some footage, and that should answer some of your questions. Now that is captured directly from the Nintendo Switch. A lot of people have been asking me how it looks compared to the PS4 version or the Xbox One version or even the PC version. Now, I've never played the PC version. I've never played the Xbox One version, but I did play the PS4 version, and it was a huge game for me. So I was very familiar with it and knew what to expect. So going into the Nintendo Switch version was going to be very interesting to me, as this game runs at 720p and 30 frames per second. Now, does it look as good as the PlayStation 4 version? No, it doesn't, but I don't think you should be expecting it to. You have to remember, the Switch is a hybrid console. It's not just a powerful home console, it's a home console that you take with you on the go. It's not up to the PS4 specs. So for you to expect it to look as good as the PS4, I don't know, that seems pretty silly to me. But does it still look damn good? Yeah, it really does. It's very impressive how good the game looks. Sure, there are some areas where the graphics might be a little blurry and whatnot. It seems like the sand areas that, you know, the first part of the game was probably the blurriest area for me. And it did take a little bit of adjusting your eyes to get used to it. If you've never played Doom before on another platform, then this will be a non-issue for you. You're just going to get a great looking game and a great running game. But if you are familiar with the PS4 version like I am, it's a bit of a difference. You know, it takes a little bit to get used to, but once you're used to it, it's just boom, it clicks. And I even talked with other YouTubers like Dreamcast Guy, who was also reviewing it, and we first started playing the game and we were like, yeah, it looks pretty good, you know, it looks good enough. I think it's fine. And then a couple hours later, we were talking and we were like, yo, this game looks really good. What's going on? It's almost like it looks better. But I think we just adjusted to it because he also was a huge fan of the original release of Doom. So what do the graphics look like? For the Nintendo Switch, they are damn good. This is the first-person shooter on the platform. Panic Button brought this game over. They handled the development of it, and they did an amazing job. The fact that it looks as good as it does and plays as good as it does. As far as slowdown is concerned, I really didn't encounter any when I was battling enemies. There would be 8 to 10 enemies on the screen, and everything's just running along nice and smooth. It was very impressive, and it's probably not the best looking game on the platform, but it's also a game that doesn't really have anything to compare it to. And considering this is a first year title on the Nintendo Switch, I think it's pretty damn impressive. It does not look as good as the PS4 version. There are some low res textures. There are some times where things could look a little bit blurry, but as a whole, it looks impressive, whether you're playing it in docked mode or in handheld mode. Now, what's interesting is I actually think that docked mode looks better than handheld mode, and that shouldn't come as a surprise to you, but other reviewers and other people that I've talked to didn't really notice the difference as much as I did. But me personally, I think docked mode looks a bit better, you know, a noticeable bit better. That's not to say handheld mode looks bad though. Handheld mode looks great. I just prefer dock mode if I'm available to play it in dock mode, but playing it on the go is super fun. And if you've never played Doom before, basically the story goes, you're at a base in Mars and you're withdrawing power from hell, and scientist sort of messes everything up, releases demons into this base that you're at, and you are tasked with having to remove the demons and whatnot. And, you know, the story is there. It moves things along. It's not really the focal point. The focal point is the gameplay. And Doom on the Nintendo Switch packs a huge punch. Like I said, it includes all of the DLC from the previous versions. It has the standard campaign mode, which will last you anywhere from 8 to 12 hours. There's also an arcade mode, which you get put into levels and you're just blasting your way through stuff. You're getting points, and you could take those points and, you know, enter leaderboards with your friends and other game players online and see where you rank. It's really fast-paced. It's really fun. And the gameplay of Doom is just phenomenal. I absolutely love what they did with this game when they originally released it. If you're not familiar with it, basically you're shooting a lot of enemies. There are tons of different demon types. There are tons of different areas to explore, and it's just very fast paced. It keeps you on your toes. It's very dark. It's very brooding. You're gonna feel a lot of anxiety and tension as you go through these areas as demons just pop up and try to take you down. And there's so many different demons. There's so many different types of weapons to use. It's just an absolute joy to play, and I'm so happy that the Nintendo Switch version ended up being as good as it ended up being, because I was really worried about it. You know, Doom was definitely a very fast-paced game. The jump from 60 frames per second to 30 frames per second can be a bit jarring, but honestly, it's not really all that noticeable. If you're playing it on a PS4 while you're playing it on the Switch, then yeah, you'll probably notice it. That's just common sense. Same thing with the PC, but if you're just playing it on your own, it feels fast, it feels fluid, it feels phenomenal. That's some good alliteration there. That deserves a like. Anyways, it's a very well-designed game. It's a very well-designed game. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to see. There's a lot of secrets within these levels. So there's incentive to go back and check out levels and see what you might have missed, because you can unlock classic Doom levels and play stuff from there. There is a lot in this package. You can also upgrade your weapons. You can upgrade your character and really find a play style that suits you in doing that. On the other hand, there's also the multiplayer aspect. Now, unfortunately, the online servers were not up and running, and it's kind of like, how am I supposed to check out the online? I try to link up with Dreamcast Guy and a couple other people, but I could never get in a match, and it's just because the servers weren't online. I did play some bot matches, and I had a good time. If you're not familiar with Doom's multiplayer, Team Deathmatch is actually super fun, and you would say, well, it's just Team Deathmatch, you're just shooting people, right? Yeah, but there's also these demon runes that appear on the map, and when these demon runes appear on the map, you can take over the role of a demon and just blast people and just be OP as hell and just have so much fun. And it's so cool because each team has a chance to get it, and it really adds a lot to the gameplay. The multiplayer in bot matches was butter smooth. I had no issues. There was no slowdown. All the levels looked good, and the character models looked good. Everything was movement-wise was nice. I could not try out online though, like I said, but I do plan on live streaming the game on the channel, some online stuff, so that I can check it out. So make sure you guys are on the lookout for that in the future of live streaming on the channel, so that you can see how the online plays. I will make a comment after I've played online into the comment section so you guys can know what to expect. I'm sure it's fine, but just in case it's not, be on the lookouts in the comment section. Doom is just a phenomenal phenomenal package on the Nintendo Switch. I didn't expect it to be as enjoyable as it was. If you are a diehard veteran of the PS4 version, the Xbox One version, well, not so much the Xbox One version in the comparison shots I've seen, but a PC or a PS4 version, it can be a little bit jarring at first with the noticeable downgrades from 720p and 30 frames per second from 1080p and 60 frames per second. But once you adjust to it and judge it on its own merits, it's a phenomenal game. The fact that you can play Doom, a 2016 shooter that was one of the best games of 2016, anywhere you go, and it is an excellent version. Honestly, guys, I don't do this often. Don't expect to ever see this again at any time soon. But Panic Button, I gotta take my hats off to you guys. You did a phenomenal job with this game. I'm very excited to see what you do with Rocket League. I'm very excited to see what you do with Wolfenstein, because I think you guys are super talented. The fact that you got Doom running as well as you did on the Nintendo Switch in its first year is a real testament to your guys' development process. So, is Doom worth it? Is Doom a game you should check out? Most definitely. If you're a fan of Doom, if you miss playing Doom on the PS4 and you want something for your Nintendo Switch, a great option. If you've played the hell out of the PS4 version and you're not really interested in revisiting it, I don't think Doom will really convince you to go onto the Nintendo Switch. If you're done with the game, you're done with the game. I understand that. If you're a new Nintendo Switch owner, you've never played Doom, pick it up. It's just so much fun. There's no other first-person shooters out there right now, and the fact that we got such a high-quality, excellent first-person shooter in the first year on the Nintendo Switch says a lot. Don't expect PS4 graphics. Expect it. Keep your expectations in line, and you're going to have a blast with this game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope you guys enjoyed all of this footage that I've been showing you. This was captured directly from me, directly from the Nintendo Switch version. It should really tell the tale for you guys to see if this game is a looker, and it honestly is. So thank you for checking out this review. Let me know if you plan on picking up Doom in the comment section down below. Like I said, I will be updating in the comment section what I think about the online. We're going to do online streams on the channel, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you can check those out. I'm going to try to add some of you guys. We're going to have some fun. Thank you for checking out this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, start up a conversation in the comments. I'm going back to hell to play some more Doom. Later.